it's your girl Euphemia Ijomo welcoming you to a fresh edition of Media Trend on Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television, the first agricultural television station in Nigeria. On this program, we'll talk about trending issues as reflected on the social media platforms and then get people's views on the streets. To get into the business of the day, the young hawker Chukwuebuka Emmanuel, a comedian and skit maker who is also known as Brainjota, helped get back into her makeup business, has been reported to be a scammer. Comedian Brainjota reacts after realizing that the person he helped is a cross-dresser. Brainjota on Tuesday made headlines while promoting the young lady he applauded for her perseverance. The young lady, who introduced herself as Eniola, disclosed that she's a makeup artist who resorted to hawking water due to her business falling. Brainjota on the spot gifted her 400,000 naira to restart her business. In a new post on Wednesday, the funny man, while reacting to another report that claimed Eniola is a scam artist, disclosed that findings show that the young lady is in fact a cross-dresser. Brainjota also claimed Eniola received financial assistance from well-meaning individuals a while back. He claimed he got 600,000 naira. If I tell you say I no tire, I did lie. Just negodu, bro deceived us all. Some people helped him with over 600k before. He lied. He is a man. He said, what? Wow.
I haven't actually watched the video I haven't actually seen the video, but based on what you just said, I don't think deceit is something that should be acceptable by anyone, that should be done by anybody. Because being deceitful means you cannot be trusted in any way. Imagine I want to believe that it's going to be a money issue that happened, or like there was the circumstance that made them meet. So being deceitful doesn't warrant trust in any way. That's what I think.
And for me, is if there is a way they can actually track the guy so that he will stop deceiving people, because he has gained a lot and he's not using it, he's not utilizing it. After lavishing the money, he goes back into the streets, these guys, to get money from people. If there's a way they can actually track this guy and get him, I think that will go a long way.
Well, first and foremost, it's quite unfortunate in Nigerians, and these are the kind of things that normally painted Nigerian black anywhere. But honestly, I'm so disappointed with that kind of attitude, because we always show our negative side while we have a lot of positives in Nigeria. There are so many work that he's supposed to do, but we want to get rich quick. It's unfortunate. My take is that he should be prosecuted and bring to book, so that the authorities could deal with him, so that others that have similar decisions could learn a lesson from it. But it's unfortunate, honestly.
My thing is quite deceitful, because when someone wants to help you, the person goes extra mile to help you. So you lying to the person to gain help, sometimes the help you get from them doesn't last. If it's monetized, it doesn't last actually. So my only, I think I will advise people out there, when you want to gain help from someone, be who you are. You don't need to hide under the umbrellas or something else to get something from someone.
The next item on this episode is the wedding of Nollywood actress Ekene Umenwa and her heartthrob Ifeanyi Alex Obodo, who is a filmmaker, which took place on Saturday, November 4th, 2023 in Edo State. A lot of wedding interesting things and vibes of course happened at the wedding. Recall that Moses Bliss, a gospel singer, suddenly appeared on her day, and she was unable to contain her excitement upon sighting Moses Bliss at the wedding. She knelt to greet the artist and stood up to hug him, an act that has since caused an uproar on the social media. Well, it might interest you to know that her husband has finally reacted following the viral video of his wife kneeling for artist Moses Bliss at their wedding. Now, this is actually becoming very interesting. Taking to his Instagram page a few days after the wedding, Alex came to his wife's defense, asking trolls to shut their mouth. According to him, when God is involved, everything becomes rosy. And he went further to appreciate Moses Bliss, Deaconess Famous, for coming through to surprising the wife. God bless you.
Okay, I see nothing bad in what she did actually, because you went as far as going to invite that particular artist and you were unable to get him. So a friend of yours surprised you on your day, and which is a big day. It warrants you going extra mile for it. And she knelt down. She didn't kneel for Mrs. Bliss. She knelt down because she's a fan. And then the Holy Spirit was equally there. She was taken over by the Holy Spirit. So that was actually the reason why that is what I see in what happened in her event that very day. She didn't do anything bad. So people dragging her just for talking sake. She did nothing wrong.
Yes, I saw that online. Yes, I saw just a few minutes or maybe a few seconds of it. I can make out what happened. Well, to me, I'm sure the husband was the one that planned the whole, or maybe it could have been a surprise visit or anything. But I'm sure I know how people can get when they see someone they actually like or a favorite artist. So we're just going to sum it up as a spur of the moment kind of thing. Anybody, it could happen to anybody. It could have happened at any point, be it excluding marriage or just an outing, of course. So it could have been a spur of the moment thing. So I don't think the husband. Sure, a lot of people find it weird or find it wrong, but for me, I'm someone that I understand. I always try to look at things from a different perspective. So trying to raise up or trying to cause a scene on that issue it's not necessary. You could talk it out at the end or after the whole thing, but at that point, just calmly assess the situation and find a way forward.
I think emotion overtook her. When my wife told me, she showed me the picture that she's a fan of Moses Bliss and she loved him so much. So it was a surprise package from my husband. And such reaction from women, women, they are very emotional in times of what they want and what they love. So she wasn't expecting Moses Bliss. So when she saw him at the wedding reception, so she could not do otherwise. But probably she overstepped. She went further to her reaction. It was more than people expected, because she hugged and knelt down and some other things. And there was also another image that was shown on social media where something was shown that was not supposed to show. So I think what we should tell the young ladies to do is just to be mindful on how they react to things that they like. You shouldn't be hugging a man, even if he's a fan, a musician, and that hugging was too much. It was too much. So hug gently. Side hug is preferable. As a woman, and it was a wedding reception. So if you hugged him like that, what will he now give to your husband at home? So the hug was overstretched, and she gave the musician all the hug in this world. So what will he give the husband? So I think young ladies should know how they overstretch things when they do. Please.
I actually think it's just a reaction of her excitement. I think it was a surprise. I don't think she knows he was coming for her wedding. So out of the excitement, she reacted the way she did. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm really cool with it. Moreover, it was a worship song, so it could also be that she was in the mood of worship and she was just carried away.
Well, first and foremost, it depends on the region where we all come from. People from the southern part of Nigeria, that by no mean anything to them. Yeah, so and actually, if the couple are from the southern part of Nigeria, that it might not mean anything to them. But if it's in the north, actually, you cannot you cannot accept that. But in any case, it depends. Since she just came out of love for the celebrity, she now decided to hug him. In presence of the husband, she's also excited, and in fact, maybe is the person that she has been admiring to meet, and boom, they just come and met. Well, in the southern part of Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, in the north, in the first place, you are not even supposed to go closer to somebody that you're not supposed to. But in any case, this is how it is in Nigeria, because we are divided into between two lines, south and the north. So as far as I'm concerned, if it is in the south, there's no problem. But in the north, well, there's a lot of issues. That's my opinion on that one.
Moving on, Nigerian man speaks out after DNA results reveal that he did not father any of his 4 children. The wife, Mrs. Stella Oluwatoyin Olarenwaju, gave birth to children aged 16, 12, 8 and 5 years respectively, and none belonged to her husband according to the report. The 4 children the husband has been catering for all these years belong to 4 different men. Inasmuch as I condemn the woman's deceit, can the man have a fertility test, please? Something is not adding up. A reaction read.
I think in that marriage, I believe there's an issue, and we should be sorted out between the husband and the wife. If you're having fertility issues from your husband, it's something that the both of you are one, because when when you are joined together on the altar, you are equally one. So if you have anything fertility issue from any of the partner, it's something that both of you goes down to check out. Then if you can't get, you can go you can go and adopt a child, not going extra mile like going to sleep with another man. What do you expect when your husband finds out that the children are not his? That means the home is scattered already. Because when your children grows up tomorrow, how do you defend yourself in front of, what do you tell the society at large that this was your reason? Because you have no reason of doing that. So I think I will advise women out there, if you have any issues, sort that with a partner. That's the reason why you come together as one.
As a man, I would be really, really heartbroken, because only to find out children I've been taking care of for years, children are considered my own and not mine. All in the end, it's going to leave me as a very, very heartbroken and someone that won't be able to trust anybody, not even a woman. So, and for me, I believe the man should leave. Like, I don't think there's any point in him staying anymore. But for the children's sake, I believe he can still have them in his life. He can just be there, taking care. Because basically, they are basically his children. He can't just write off years in a matter of hours. It's not possible. Yes, and to the woman, there's no reason why you should go out there and cheat if you are in a marriage or if you are in a relationship in any way. Because looking at it back at the children, how do you want to explain to the children that this is what happened between you and so person, or this person is not your father, that kind of thing. So in the end, no. As a man, I'm not even trying to imagine how it will feel. So it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
For how many years have they been married? Long time. And there's no relationship that starts without the man or the woman knowing the person. It's when you see somebody on the road and you go married to the person without knowing that such a thing will happen. So he must have prior knowledge that this person has been double dating or been dating outside. So if you don't know that the child that your wife gave back to is your biological children, and you went ahead after for some years you now discover that it was not your children. So what would you just, the woman has been, the tendency has been there. She has been doing it. So the day you discover that the children you thought were your own weren't yours, wasn't the day it started. So it's just unfortunate that the man did not look very well. So I advise young ladies, young men, before you get married to your friend. It's not everyone that you see on the road that is of a manageable standard. So you have to shine your eyes very well. Look at things that are going on around the world. And social media has deceived a lot of people so much. It's not all the things you see. Packaging, now everything is all about packaging. So you see some women, they've already dropped 3 children and they are packaging their tummy, tying their belts, everything. And you see them on the road now, approach them, you want to marry them. After 2 years, you now discover that they have other children. So because you didn't do your homework very well. So you have to search. And also ask questions. The tendency, maybe during the dating period, things have been happening that you overlooked. You didn't see it very well. Sometimes I love that. and that love blinded your eyes. You couldn't ask some questions that you should have asked. Probably sometimes ladies bring children home. Is my sister's son, is my brother's daughter. You should ask questions. Try to know the sister, try to know the brother that gave back to the child. It could be her own biological children that she's hiding. So most times, ladies and guys should ask questions. That's my advice.
Most times people just go for paternity DNA. You can also do for the maternal DNA. If the woman knows that there was no foul play anywhere, she can actually demand for a DNA to confirm those kids are hers, because a lot of things happen in the hospital. There could be mistake, there could be error somewhere. It could just be that the children were changed at birth. So she should go for a DNA, her too. They should go for her own DNA. That's what I think. That's if she's sure that there's no foul play anywhere.
This even I can't even imagine. But in any case, my take on this is, well, the man should, because there's nothing, the damage has been done. So what I would advise the man is just to take heart. It's a free world, and there are a lot of women else there. Let him. You can always. There's always a point where you can start a life. So my advice is for you just to go and start a life. That woman is not for him. Let her go back to the father of the other children and let him too start his life afresh. That's what I can say on this one. But it's unfortunate too.
Right now, we will go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will have more juicy stories. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. It's still Media Trend. The next item for today. A nursing mother was beaten to death by her husband after refusing to leave the abusive marriage. A tragic and untimely death became the story of a nursing mother who was reportedly beaten to death by her husband after a ceaseless effort to have her exit the abusive marriage. According to the narration of a social media user identified as Amarachi Iwuala, a mother of 4 paid with her life in a fight for her children's upbringing. The woman was said to have been facing a series of domestic abuse at the hands of her husband, which never stopped despite her neighbor's efforts. On a fateful Thursday, the nursing mother, whose youngest child is only 7 months, took her final breath. The sad part, her father heard the shocking news and had a heart attack. She was his only daughter. He was rushed to the hospital, but news has it that he did not make it. Wow, that's a very sad one. May their souls rest in perfect peace.
Domestic violence generally is very bad, but on the altar is for better, for worse. But sometimes that's for better, for worse. You can't be in an abusive marriage whereby the man beats you every day and you say you're married. The church do not support divorce, but separation is acceptable. You leave the house for some time. You call some elders, you call your family. If it's something you see that you cannot sort out and your church cannot equally help you, you go ahead and call your family. You invite the third party into it. If they can't sort it out, you just have your peace for the meantime. Instead of you being just like Osinachi that died. That's quite domestic violence. And it's not even acceptable. Me personally, I can't accept it. Because if I die today, the man will probably go and marry another one. And the same is applicable to we ladies. Some men are still living under women who beat them as well. So for me, I think it's totally wrong. And if something like that should occur, you as a woman or the man should just separate for the meantime and then sort out things.
I don't condone domestic violence in any way. I don't think anybody should raise their hand against another human being, no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance. Violence is never the solution. If you can't talk it out, always find a way to back out or leave. Domestic violence should not be a way. I'm sure that there will always be signs to look out for. There will always be signs to see. So if you can spot those signs early, I think you should just leave, because there's no point in you staying in a relationship or in a marriage where you're getting injured daily, where your life is at risk. So and now if you now involve the children, it's going to be a very, very traumatic experience for them in the end. So I don't think domestic violence should even be something that will take place in any way.
If you claim that you love someone, beating the person is a proof that you don't love that person. Probably you just wanted the person to be at home to wash plate, to cook for you, but any other thing just is like housemaid. Domestic violence is a no-go area for men, and it's something that we need to discourage. And before you get married, you need to know the temper of the person that you are getting married to. Try to test him. There's a way you can test somebody. There's a way you can test and ask question. If this thing happen, what will be your reaction? So that you now know the person you are getting married to. Because some person are hot temper, and during dating, they won't show it. There's some things people hide when they are dating. You see them hiding some certain tendencies, behaviors, and characters. It's in the marriage, when they get into the marriage, the full character of the person will show. So one of my friends say you never know who you marry until you marry. So sometimes you marry a stranger thinking that this is the person, you thought this person is like this, but when the person gets into the house, the person now will turn to another thing. But I think we should learn to manage people. Now, patient tolerance should be the key, should be a watchword. When you are hot-tempered, when a woman makes you angry or gets you upset, the best thing to do as a man is just to walk away, so that you can calm your nerves down and manage the situation.
For me, domestic violence is a no-no. I don't negotiate on that. Once you see the signs, just go. A lot of women will tell you, no, I don't want to live for my kids. But if you die, what happened to these children? Have you thought of it? It's better you live for the children than you dying and somebody else entirely comes to handle your children. You don't even know how they are being taken care of. But if you live, even if the man decides to take his children, you can be somewhere and still know what's going on. Over time, when the children are grown up, they will come for you. For me, domestic violence is a no-no. As in, I don't manage it. Because when you die, that's the end for you.
Moving on. After finishing a transaction for a customer, 75,000 naira cash turns to papers, leaving the POS operator in complete agony. A social media video has gone viral showing the scene as spectators gathered to offer consolation to a businesswoman who had lost 75,000 naira. The POS operator stated that she tallied and collected money from a customer who asked for the money to be transferred to a specific account. Sadly, the money is said to have converted to newspaper shreds after the customer left, leaving the woman in tears. In the background, a voice said, "Help us. This number came to withdraw from this woman, and after the transfer, minutes later, the money had changed to paper." Wow, that's indeed a sad one.
I don't believe in fraud in any way. Fraud is not something, it's not morally acceptable, and it should not be imbibed by anybody. I believe there should always be a way to track people like that. Yes, and things like that have always been happening. Things like that. So I believe people in that kind of business should always remain vigilant and attentive. You don't just carry out transactions nonchalantly or half-mindedly. So yes, there will always be ways to prevent. You can always do your best, but like I said, give your best and leave the rest for God, I guess.
That is deception. There's deception all over the place. People, the hardship has turned people to fraudsters, and people want to make quick money, and it's actually bad. People should try and work hard to earn ends meet. It's not by defrauding people. Such a thing is not good. But I also want to encourage our government to do more. Engage the young people, give employment to the young people, create avenue where young people can be gainfully employed and do something with their hands. So when there's no job, there's no food, so people tend to go into so many things that are not normal as a young person should do. Some of them, they don't have food at home, and some of them, young people, when you have a friend that you don't have food, okay, let me tell you what to do, this is what to do, and you make money. And without a good background, if that person doesn't have a good background, you go into such arts, and is a fast way of making money. But I don't think young people should indulge in such a thing. Just work hard, believe God, and God will make a way for you. Believe God. Don't go into things that are not normal.
And to conclude this episode of Media Trend, Irish chef Alan Fisher was announced the new record holder for the longest cooking marathon by an individual. He incredibly cooked for 119 hours, 57 minutes. Wow, a big congratulations to him. Wow, a big congratulations to him.
Well, I appreciate him. He did well. And cooking is a good thing actually. It's not really meant for only the ladies. If you're a man and you can cook, get your pot and do the stuff. There is no big deal there. But kudos to him actually.
First of all, congratulations to Alan Fisher on such a commendable feat. I believe records are meant to be broken. It's not meant to be held by one person. That was the whole point of Alan. Huda Basi took the record from someone else. Now someone else has gotten. Doesn't how do I put this, discard our own effort, doesn't discard our own record or our own title, our own place. So congratulations to Alan Fisher once again. I believe people, if you have the mindset or the strength to accomplish, to carry out such a task, you should always go for it. You never know what could happen. Always, the saying goes is never give up, never back down. So yeah, congratulations to him.
Wow, this is great. I say Nigerian because honestly, I'm not. Is he a Nigerian in the first
He's
place?
not a Nigerian. The guy that broke it now is not a Nigerian.
Well,
but the person holding it formally was a Nigerian.
Was a Nigerian, exactly. Well, in any case, it's good. It's a challenge to women. So, so let them take the challenge and accept the challenge. I congratulated him, which is very good, and let the women to take it as a challenge, and then maybe another person will come and break another book of records.
On that note, we come to the end of this beautiful of Media Trend. You are looking for trending gist? Ensure you always watch Media Trend on ARCN TV Mabushi, Abuja. Hope you join me again, same time, same station next week as we do this again. It's your Media Trend darling, Euphemia Ijoma, saying thanks for being my company. Wahoo!